Hey guys, Matt here, and I want to give you an overview of the SL2 model, situational leadership. I couldn't find anything better on YouTube, so I thought I'd make one myself. So here we go. This is the SL2 model, and we'll just start at the top here. When somebody starts on a team and they are learning a new job, they go through 4 stages of development. We call that D1, D2, D3, D4. And this model comes from Ken Blanchard. He developed this situational leadership model. And what they discover is as people start on a new job, what they have is low competence. They don't know anything about how to do this new job, but they have high commitment. They're super excited about this new job. They just have no idea what they're doing. So they're D1. And what's really helpful is if you're a new person is to just say, like, I do not know how to get this done. Just show me and I'll happily do it. D2 is the second stage of development. And in this spot, this is where somebody has low to some competence. They're learning what to do, but their commitment has taken a hit. They've hit a wall. This is where the job gets hard. It's like, ooh, this is a little harder than I expected. I didn't expect this job to be this hard. They hit a wall. And so in D2, you're going to feel a little discouraged. It's like, man, I don't know if I can do this. And this is where, as leaders, we want to help you over that wall. But you might come to your leader and say something like, man, I'm discouraged right now. I'm getting it wrong and I need some help. Developmental level 3 on said task, and remember, this is not about the person as a whole, but each task individually. And when they're D3, when you're D3 on a task, you've got moderate to high competence. You're actually killing it. You're actually learning, like you actually can do the job, but your commitment is somewhere between hitting a wall and somewhere between, I got this. You're just kind of in between, your variable commitment, the model would say. So you're right there in the middle of, I think I can do this, but I got burned before, and I was D2 just a minute ago in this task. And then D4 is where we want everybody to get in every task in their job, is high competence. I know exactly how to do it, and I feel very confident. I feel very competent and very confident. I have a high commitment level. I know that I can do this job. I have a high commitment level and a high confidence. And so that's the progression as we go from D1 to D2, D3, and then D4. So that happens for all of us. That's just the natural life cycle of learning a new skill. That's how it happens. So that's the top part of this chart up here is D1, D2, D3, D4. The bottom part of this chart down here is how does a leader best help and best serve their team through those stages of development. And on this it's an axis. On the x-axis here is directive behavior. Do you need high direction or low direction? And the y-axis is supportive behavior. Do you need high support, low support? So let's just match this up. So these match up. D1, what it needs from the leader is S1 leadership. The leader decides. I know it's a little fuzzy here, but the leader decides. This is what we need to do. I'm just going to tell you exactly what to do. This is where some might feel like leadership is a little bit like micromanaging, because that's what it is. It's like, here's exactly how I need you to do it. Just do it this way and you'll do it right. And so it's very directive. It's high directive behavior from the leader. The leader is telling you exactly how to pick up the phone, to make this sales call, to enter the job order, whatever the thing that you're learning is, the leader is directive. And really, from a leadership perspective, you don't need much support at this moment. I mean, a little bit of cheering on, but not much, because the person already has a lot of commitment at this point. They're already excited. So you don't have to tell them again and again, we're excited, we're all excited already. At this point, you just need to give them clear direction. So that's what leaders do as S1 when the new team member is D1 in a task. Okay. Next is S2. This is where let's talk, but the leader decides. So this is coaching. So when you hit that wall, the coach gets down on the ground with you and says, we can do it together. Let's talk about it, but I know you can do this, and here's still how you do it. So I'm still directing, but we're going to have a conversation. So what have you tried so far? Where'd you run into? I know that wall well. I've hit that wall before. Everybody hits that wall at some point. You got this. We're going to help you through it. We're going to coach. We're going to talk through it, and I'm going to give you some support. You got this. I believe in you. You can get over that wall, and I'm also going to give direction. High directive and high supportive. Let's talk, but the leader decides. It's a coaching. Once you get over to D3, this is where things start to really change. So this is the first part. When we get over to here, that the leader isn't making all the direction. The direction actually goes low. It's the person, the individual, the team member, it's you that is making the decision. I think this is what we're supposed to do. And the leader says yes. So what you're going to hear from a leader that's flexing, their style flexing as they go through here. Situational leadership, the situation changes. We're going to hear from a leader in S3, in this D3, S3 component is support, and they're going to say, well, what do you think you should do? They're going to now ask you, what do you think you should do in this situation? And you're going to have to come up with, I think we should do this, because actually what's happening in this moment is you actually know what to do. You have moderate to high competence in this moment. So now it's just a matter of, do you feel confident enough to talk it out and to then go do it, right? And the leaders can say, yes, you're on the right track. Go do and prosper, right? So that's supporting S3, D3 connection there. And then last, this is where we want everybody to get to, is D4, where everybody has high competence, high commitment. And for the leader, that is just D4 decides, hey, you got it. Hey, you, new team member, you know exactly what to do. You just tell me what you did. And you just tell me what you did, and I'll check in with you. How's it going? It's going good? High fives. Let's go. Oh, you need help? I'm here for you. And low directive, low supportive. So I'm not needing to cheerlead every day to get you over a wall. More so, it's just check in. We're walking alongside of you. And it's no direction. I'm not telling you what to do each day. I'm not micromanaging you anymore. That was S1, D1. That was micromanaging. That was directing. Now I'm not. I'm the opposite. Now I'm just managing. I'm managing to be supportive. So as we walk through these, here's some of the pitfalls that you don't want to do, is when you're D1 at something, it's helpful to tell your leader, I'm D1, because it's frustrating if your leader says, what do you think you should do? And you're like, I don't know. I'm D1. I've never done this before. I'm excited about doing it, but I have no idea. Or I'm D2. Honestly, I'm a little discouraged. I don't need the question what I should do. I just need you to tell me, and I need some support to get through that, right? So if you can communicate with your leader in such a way, hey, I need the support or I need the direction at this moment, sometimes your leader may push back and say, you do know what to do. Talk about it. Let's talk it out. Let's talk it out. Yes, what do you think you should do? We're going to talk about it. So communicate that so that we're communicating effectively in this language. If you'll share what you need, then the other person can give you what you need, right? So maybe you need direction, ask for direction. Maybe you need approval, just ask for approval. Hey, boss, I think we should do this. Go forth and prosper, right? So we're just figuring out where each other are in each of these tasks. Now, a pitfall for a leader would be to micromanage someone who's D4. That's going to just make people mad. If I get in the middle of our team when they already know exactly what to do and I start telling them what to do and I'm micromanaging, of course they're going to get frustrated with that because they're D4. They know exactly what to do. They have high competence. They have high commitment. They don't need Matt up in their business telling them what to do. They just need to be let loose to go do it. So as a leader, what I need to know is this person in D4 or are they in D1? And how do I tell the difference? And especially if somebody's new, of course, everybody starts in D1. But there might be a moment with a 3-year veteran person who hits a D1 moment. And so just being able to style flex, understand, is this a point where I need to give direction? Is this a point where I need to ask questions? Do I need a coach? Do I need to talk? And this model has just served me so well as a leader. It's something that I've started to do somewhat subconsciously. I'll just start to think about in a situation when I'm in a one-on-one or in the bullpen or talking to people. Where are they right now? Do they need direction, or do I really need to be supportive? Or do they just need coaching, or do I need to be delegating and saying, hey, you got this, tell me what you did? So this is a really helpful model. I hope it's been helpful for you as we walk through it, and I hope it serves you well. All the best.